Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News. Now, it's funny because I was just getting ready to upload a video, and I saw that Mr. Stuffs end up uploading a video, which is funny because I had just gone over one of his videos earlier about, the king basically shooting down a request on maybe he should start up the Cooking with the King series, which was an abomination at best. Well, apparently he's thinking about reconsidering. Huh? But you spent so much, but you were very adamant about shooting that down, Phil. And like I said, I have a compilation video of just a bunch of different news stories. That's already getting ready to go up. It should be up in a couple hours. But I decided we're going to go ahead and do this new video. But before I do that, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm diligent at my job, because that'd be terrible. That would kill the reputation of DSP News. We're going to go back to when the original question was posed to Phil, and then we'll jump into his new video, where he seems, I would guess, because I haven't actually watched it yet, but I'm guessing he's going to try to open up to it. And I will explain why I think he's going to do it. It should be riveting, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely riveting. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. Really need some eggnog right now. Here we go.
Shout out to Waifu Destroyer Matt, who did a $2 tip, and he says, since the Patreon goal in October didn't get hit, maybe you should mix up the goals to increase interest. Have you thought about a live stream Cooking with the King? I think that would be the goal, no problem. Hit the goal, no problem. Keep on keeping on. First of all, to do a live stream Cooking with the King, I would need to find a way to live stream from my kitchen. The only thing I can think of is my phone, and I can't guarantee that the quality would be great, because I've never done that before. So number one, you may have me setting up a goal, it hits the goal, and then the quality of the stream or video or whatever you want to say is absolutely terrible. Number two, I don't know what the hell I would make, because when I did Cooking with the King, I literally made all the recipes I knew. This is what people don't seem to understand. I've said it a million times over the years, and they don't listen. The reason Cooking with the King ended is because I had nothing else to make. The whole point of the series was Phil makes really simple to make meals that gamers could easily make. I mean, think of the things I would make. Grilled cheese, scrambled eggs, a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, French toast, Those were the things I was making. And some things that I made, I fucked up. Even the most simple things, some things I would fuck up. I don't have anything else I can make. I already made my Italian sauce in videos. That's done. It's been done since 2014. I did that. So there's nothing else for me to do. And you're like, oh, I want you to start making an elaborate recipe from a cookbook of stuff. Dude, it's not going to happen. Number one, I'm going to be by myself. How am I going to do elaborate cooking by myself? Number two, I'm not a good cook. It's not going to come out good. There's no point in doing this. I want to spend all this time and money making this elaborate meal that comes out like shit. What?
And that's why he brings up the whole concept of not wanting to waste the money, because he has no intention of eating it. And it, like I said in the video that's going to go up in a little while, it makes you wonder, out of those whole Cooking with the Kings, how many of those meals did he actually eat, if any?
Wow, that's a great stream for everyone. Me making a pile of shit. How about this? I'll do a live stream and I'll just shit on a plate. Cooking with the King. So, see, that's what I mean. There's no reason. Right, that's why it was called Poorly Cooking with the King. Because it was me basically being silly, making silly little meals. The idea died 6 years ago. Guys, it's been dead for a million years. Here, let me put it this way. Would I consider doing a live stream special event for Patreon? Yes. Would it be Cooking with the King? No. No. Think of something else. Give up on holding on to these things from the past that have been dead for a bajillion years. And if someone thinks of something good that's original, yeah, I'll do it. I'm not going to bring back a series that I purposely ended because it had run into the ground. There was nothing else to do with it. All right?
Now, yet again, getting into this follow-up video we're about to get into, there's probably two things that if I had to guess, you would really need to hold on to. One, if it's a Patreon goal, meaning that you would have to pay me to do it, would I consider doing a live stream for a Patreon goal? That's the first thing. Second thing is, and this is somewhat crucial as it pertains to Phil and his just general personality, is do I really let anything from the past, let it go. Anything from 6, 7, or 8 years ago, let it go. It's irrelevant. Keep in mind those two particular points when we get into this next video.
Good Lord. Shout out to YOLO Dopper 10. YOLO Dopper 10. No, let me try that again. Shout out to YOLO Dopper, who did a 10-bit cheers, what I meant to say. And he says, was the cable worth it? Or
Alright, so let's move on to the next video.
Tomorrow night I'll be doing some other offline work. For example, if you've been here the past 2 days, you may have noticed I was playing some music on pre-stream, and some of you may know what that music was, and some of you may not. Okay? Well, the way it works is that those were remixes of stuff from years and years.
What's this, Phil's a DJ now? I understand he likes playing DJ in Street Fighter, but what? What is this?
And years ago, you know.
Oh, sorry. This is Mr. Stuff's DSP Gaming, DSP Remixes, and Patreon Cooking. Oh boy, I think I've already called this. I think I already know where this is gonna go. This remix thing should be interesting now.
Back in the day, in 2010, before I ever made a penny making YouTube videos, yeah, I was very popular. I was one of the biggest gamers on YouTube at one time.
One of the biggest gamers on YouTube at one time. Okay. Anyway, actually, I kind of just proved my point, and I hadn't even had a chance to see this yet. But letting go of things that happened 6 or 7 years ago. He said back in 2010, that was 7 years ago. Why are you still holding on to that? You used to be one of the biggest gamers on YouTube. I don't know. Whatever. YouTube was a really, really small pond back then, though. But yet again, you're still holding on to that. So, you know, that makes you a bit of a hypocrite, does it not? You know, people want you to see you resurrect this series that you purposely, you know, let die out, but yet you're bringing up, oh, what you used to be back in the day, which doesn't mean shit to anybody but you, and now you're bringing up, excuse me, you're bringing up these DSP remixes? What the hell is that even? What is that?
And everything I did was white hot popular. You know, I called it the wave of positivity back then. And
that was before people found out what kind of piece of shit you were, right? That was before you started treating your subscribers and everything like shit, right? This is when you weren't on that ad-based program, right? Okay, let's make sure.
You know, there were people who would take my playthroughs and my commentary of my playthroughs, and they would do these musical remixes of them. Okay, and it was pretty interesting. It was pretty fun, and you know, it was.
So it was kind of like a "This is how you don't play" just to music. Is that basically what that was?
There's a wide variety. There was one guy called Ghost Drone who would do this one style of remix, and then there was another guy called S Beast Music who did more rock and roll style remixes. And there were a few other people too, Cashville 2012, and a few other people who did these remixes. And it used to be pretty cool because this was before YouTube completely destroyed channel pages by making them look like white textbook pages that are complete garbage, and now no one uses channel pages anymore at all for anything. But back then, channel pages used to look like social network pages. They kind of looked like a MySpace or a Facebook page. And what you could do, you could highlight other people's videos, all right, on your channel page. And because back then the channel pages were very popular, people would get noticed based off of what, you know, you highlighting people on your channel pages. So I would highlight these remixes, and they would get thousands of views every day just based off of people coming. My YouTube channel page, Darkside Phil, used to regularly be in the top 50 viewed on a daily basis. Some days it would be in the top 10, okay? I was one of the top 10 most popular channels on YouTube at one point. It wasn't consistently in the top 10, but I was you know, for big new releases when I would cover them, my channel would be in the top 10, which is pretty crazy, I know.
Sounds to me like someone who's trying to hold on to some past glory. That's what that sounds like. Sounds to me like someone who should be letting stuff go in the past and hasn't learned how to do that yet. I could be wrong.
No, but that was the truth of the matter. It really was. And people would get these big attention spikes from me highlighting their videos on my channel page, and it was cool. I loved it. I loved the remixes and everything. But anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is because on pre-stream the past couple of days, I've been playing some of these really old school remixes, just as like a throwback, you know, kind of a thing to say, oh look, remember this? And when I played them, people were like, wow, that's really good. Some people have never heard it before.
Well, yeah, your demographic is your fan base is I'm sorry. All right, your fan base, you have very few people who were with you from the very beginning, Phil. So yeah, a lot of this stuff is going to be new to a lot of them. I mean, I'm sure. I would assume most of the people were probably in diapers with some of the music that you're throwing at them, Phil. You got to remember that. There's not too many people, I would assume, that are in their mid-20s who've been following you this long. And if they are, then it's very sparingly, if I had to guess.
And they thought it was really cool, and other people had heard it and recognized it immediately from 7+ years ago. So what I think I'm going to do is awesome. I'm going to make a playlist of all of these remixes that still exist. Now, who knows how many? I'm sure some of them don't even exist anymore with the current YouTube, the climate, and the shit that they do, the way they do stuff. But I'm going to see, I know a lot of Ghost Drones are still there, and I'm going to try to make a playlist of this. And what I'll do is on pre-streams, I'll play some of this for you. Now, it's not going to be every day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to variate. For example, today I didn't do it. Today I just did the normal PS4 dashboard theme. Because I don't want it to oversaturate. That's what happens is if you do something every single day, it becomes more boring and more commonplace. It doesn't become special.
Has he not ever heard of shuffling the playlist? Just do that. I mean, how long are you planning on having the music play for while you're on pre-stream or pre-stream? You know what I mean? 10, 15 minutes? Okay, fair enough. 10, 15 minutes. What are we talking about? 6 or 7 songs? And then just shuffle them. What's the problem, to be honest with you? It's better than just looking at a blank screen. Or, looking at a bullshit screen with, your PlayStation dashboard. Something's better than nothing, Phil.
What I want to do is maybe every other day or every couple days, do it. So that there's something different on the pre-streams for you guys. So you're not just sitting there.
Oh, and here you go. You could try this novel idea. You could just add to the playlist every day. A little bit here, a little bit there. So the playlist builds. You could even do multiple playlists later on down the line. So you can, just for variety's sake. This isn't hard, Phil. This really isn't.
Brown board. Alright. So yeah, pretty good. That'll be something interesting I'm going to set up tomorrow. In addition, I have an update in regards to my Teespring store that I think many of you are going to like, okay?
Isn't that store, dead? I thought we were done with that. I mean, I know he advertises it every once in a while, but I thought we were really done with that. I thought, end of story. I know he makes, how many people are running around with DSP shirts on, to be honest with you?
Let's be honest, the Teespring store's been pretty stagnant since the summer. It was actually late summer. It was actually, I believe, middle to late August. I'm not actually, I take it back. I think it was actually July now. So I think that's how staggered I am here. I think it was actually July when I last updated my Teespring store with new merchandise. And, that's mostly because, it's all fan submitted. I'm not going to harass my viewers for artwork to put on shirts and stuff.
How about you? What? Okay. Okay. Fair enough. But why don't you just? He's been doing this for a while. So why don't you go into the back catalog of shirts and stuff that you may have that you haven't sold in a while, and ask Teespring to reprint some. There you go. Reprint a free some of your older shirts or shirt designs, I should say. Why don't you just do that instead and whatnot? Since you're feeling in a throwback type of mood, why don't we just go ahead and do that? You know what I mean? To be honest with you, really, you probably should just go ahead and give Teespring up anyway. But you could at least recycle some of the stuff that you already have. Whether it's going to sell or not is, to you is probably irrelevant anyway, because I doubt you make any real money off of it. But you could do that. Just saying. So it's an option.
Already have a wide variety of product there that's available. But a viewer of mine who's been working on this stuff for a while contacted me and said he finally had some pretty good ideas for designs for shirts, and he sent me some prototype ideas. And
how much does that guy get paid, by the way? You don't have to put his name out there, but I would be interested in seeing, does he get any compensation? Does he get some type of residuals at all, or is he just doing this for free? I'm curious.
I gave him some feedback and he tweaked them. And it looks like we're going to have at least 2 new designs, if not more, because he just sent me more today that I didn't even have a chance to look at. But it looks like there'll be at least 2 new designs on my Teespring shop tomorrow night. And one of them in particular I really like. But I'm debating if I should order it or not, because right now, number one, my funds are really tight. I mean, being real with you guys. Things are incredibly tight right now financially. And number two, it's not t-shirt weather. You know what I mean? If I wore a t-shirt in the office right now, I'd probably be freezing.
Don't they make sweaters and like hoodies and stuff? I mean, that's an option too, right?
So, but it is, you know, a really cool design. And I was like, maybe I could order a sweatshirt, because I could get a sweatshirt too with this design on it. Maybe we'll see. So I'll let you guys.
Why do you do that? I'm not sure if any of you guys notice it, but he'll take an idea, he'll basically turn it, and then he'll basically smack it down, put a bunch of doubt behind it, and then be like, well, it might happen. Why do you do that? Like, that just seems... Just say you don't know. Or just say it's in the works. Do that. Instead of making, you know, because you have this impressionable fan base here who are going to be like, yeah, it's probably a bad idea, Phil. Yeah, it's probably a dumb idea, Phil. Yeah, Phil, you don't have any money, man. And then you'd be like, well, I guess I could do this. And then they're just confused. And they start questioning, like, well, didn't Phil just say this? Yeah, I thought he did. Well, Phil's word is law, man. So if that's what he says, let's just go with it. Come on, man.
No, when that stuff is going, but that's going to be tomorrow night. You know, all this stuff I'm doing tomorrow night, the weekend preview, patron stuff, setting up the remixes, working on Teespring. I'm going to try to get all this done tomorrow night in one sitting. So, you know, I'm making the best use of my time away from streaming since I'm only doing one stream tomorrow, okay? Shout out to Game Master 2003 is dead. He did a 10-bit cheer. He says, hello, Phil. You should do a patron's choice with poorly cooking with the king when fans vote on what you should cook. Well, it's like I said, someone's...
So, okay, so you guys heard earlier on in the video on how he completely shitted this idea up. Now, all of a sudden, if someone has... There's been a day or two since this has happened. So I'm assuming what's going to happen going forward is he's probably going to start considering it. But there's going to be a twist to it. And it was something that, that shouts out to Doom, by the way, that Doom had said under one of my recent videos that kind of sparked that. So let's go ahead and hear what he says first, so that's why I'm not being an asshole about it. DSP News.
Suggested this the other day as well, but you probably were not here. The reason I ended Poorly Cooking with the King is because I don't have anything else to do. Like, I cooked to the extent of my cooking abilities. I don't have a good, I'm not a good cook, folks. I'm not, all right? I don't have a lot of versatility when it comes to cooking in the kitchen. Basically, there's a few things I can do. I can bake something if it's really easy to bake, and I can fry something in a pan, and, you know, I can maybe make a couple sandwiches and stuff like that, paninis, you know, breakfast stuff like eggs. That's about it. I can't do much of anything else besides my homemade sauce, which is because my mom taught me, and I've now been perfecting that recipe for 3.5 years, so I'm pretty good at making a
Oh, excuse me. Perfecting, you said? Perfecting, you said? Okay, I'm sorry, Phil. You might not know exactly what perfecting is. Perfecting is taking something and building upon it to make it better. I've seen you make that sauce, or at least I've heard of you, I should say, making that sauce at least 3 times. Truth be told, it looks worse and worse every time you make it. So, perfecting is probably not the word you want to use. 2, aren't you the one who's like running around here harping about your, I don't know, like half Italian or a quarter Italian or whatever the case may be? You might want to stop doing that if you don't know how to cook. And I only say that because I don't know too many Italians who don't know how to cook. I have quite a few friends who are Italian, so, or at least can cook a little bit. Like, your cooking ability, and I use that term loosely, is almost non-existent. And you won't even do anything to try to help it, which makes it worse. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Perfecting. Oh, assaulted by that. It's literally, ladies and gentlemen, it's literally 3 cans of tomato sauce, or 3 cans of tomato, of tomato paste, basically, a cup and a half to 2 cups of sugar and water, and whatever meat that he can get his hands on. That's pretty much what his sauce is. No pun intended.
A lot of Italian sauce. But outside of that, no, I don't really have much cooking ability, all right? I'm terrible at...
And that's why he needed Leanna. That's why he needed her so badly. Because she literally did everything that he couldn't do. Which apparently is a lot, as we've seen over the last 2 weeks. So, it's so depressing. It's so depressing.
Chopping vegetables. You know, I don't really have any kind of baking or culinary or anything like that. Nothing. No kind of expertise. So people are like, oh, well, we'll just do a random recipe. Like, so what you want me to do is take time away from working, where, you know, this is how I pay my bills, to one day somehow figure out how to live stream out of my kitchen, which I also don't know how I would do. I guess I'd have to mess with my phone and find...
Google is your friend, Phil. Google is your friend. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this.
Find a way to mount my phone on a tripod or something in order to film this. Keep in mind, the video quality on a phone isn't great either. Just throwing that out there, because a lot of people are like, oh, in real life streaming. You do realize that, like, video streaming on a phone is not good. It's not. It's pretty shitty. I'm just saying. But, and so then you want me to not only figure all that out, then you want me to do a random recipe I've never done before, so obviously it's probably going to come out wrong. And stream live from my kitchen. The other thing is, you know, yes, maybe the prep work would be interesting. Absolutely. You know, okay, I'm chopping the ingredients, I'm putting them together or whatever to make this meal. But what about the cooking time? What do you want me to do? Sit around with my thumb up my ass? I realistically don't see how this could be an entertaining idea. I don't.
Actually, you're supposed to be interacting with your stream during the cooking process. Tell them one of your random ass stories. Like, for example, I'd watched a little bit of a Let's Endure that Almighty Tevin did when, like, one of your Christmas specials or whatever. Do something like that, where you're basically, I mean, granted you weren't streaming at that time, but just talk to the stream a little bit as you know, you're waiting for the food to cook. You could do that. It's not hard. It's not like you have anybody else there to talk to.
I just don't. Honestly, I think what would happen if I set this up as a Patreon goal. Here's what I think, exactly what I think would happen. We would probably hit the goal because it's something so different. I think people would come out to pledge to hit it. People would vote and everything on these things, or what they want to see me cook. Finally, something would be chosen that's probably so fucking elaborate and crazy that it would be so over.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the second part that I talked about, and the emphasis on him being paid to do this. This is something he could just do, giving back to, you know, his little community that he has over there. And he won't do that. He'll only do this if he gets paid for it. But keep in mind, he's bashing it as he goes. Every step that he's gone through with this whole Patreon cooking stream, he's bashed it every step of the way. But he certainly wants to get paid for it regardless. He certainly wants to get paid for it. That was the emphasis, that I want to make sure that, you know, we'll probably hit the goal, or we'll definitely hit the goal because it's so new and so out there. But there's just so much time and work and everything, man. You really want me to take that time off from my job to do this? That's what the hell Patreon's for. That's why you're getting paid for it. You're being compensated for that day, because trust me, you're not making, well, no, you're not making $1,250 in a day. That's a given. You might be making a quarter of that, but you're not making that much in a day. You've already been compensated. You already have the money for that. So what's the problem? Because let's be honest, it's not like you're going to do it the month that the Patreon goal is going on. You're going to do it the following month. So you'd have your money. If not, you're going to do it the month after that. So we're talking about 2 months out now from you hitting the goal. You'll have your money. So what's the complaints about from a financial aspect? You'll be compensated for it. And let's be honest, they're not going to ask you to make something that's going to cost you $100. Let's be serious. You got a grocery store right across the street. You can go and price all that out. This isn't hard. It really isn't. Shit. I'm sure Panda's told you that before. This isn't difficult. This isn't hard. It really is not.
Complicated. There's no way I'm going to do it right. Okay. It's going to cost me a bunch of money to get all the ingredients. And then I'm going to try to do it. The stream quality is going to be shit. It's probably going to be like terrible, choppy, and everyone's going to complain that they paid to see this and now it's shitty quality. And overall, the stream probably won't be very good. All right, being honest here. And then people are going to complain that it's not good. You know, there's sometimes when I think that there's good ideas, and sometimes I think that they're bad ideas. I don't think this would be a great idea. I'm just saying. You know. But, you know, maybe I'm wrong. There's a lot of times that I'm wrong, too. I mean, I'm not afraid to admit when I'm completely wrong, and maybe I am wrong here. Maybe I'm on base. Maybe this would be a good idea for a goal for, like, maybe January. Maybe January's Patreon
I'm not afraid
goal,
to say that
you
I'm
know,
wrong. That's
this
great.
in real life stream that I figure out how to do it with my phone. And
what is this in real life? What's this in real life thing? Like, yeah, Phil, you have to. Here's the thing, and I'm just now thinking about this. This man does DSP Tries-Its, right? Which is basically him going to a fast food place or something like that and critiquing the food that he's getting, right? So, I mean, I understand that you kind of eat what you like, but if you're someone who's cooked before, you have a general understanding of what goes into making something, right? Okay, fair enough. So with that being said, you spend your time shitting on establishments for giving you food that was made in probably less than 5 minutes, yet you couldn't take 5 minutes to look up a particular recipe to make for yourself. Someone please tell me what the logic is and all that. Go ahead. I'll wait.
And, I do some kind of cooking. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, exactly. Crystal Chemist. He just said GSP tries it. Beef Wellington. Exactly. That's what it would end up being. It would be like something so hard that even on like cooking shows, people fuck up and can't do it right. That's what people would ask me to cook. I'd be like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this?
Yet again, Google is your friend. Speaking of which, though, I wouldn't pay to see him do it, but I would certainly watch him try to make beef Wellington in baked Alaska. I would love to see that. Though he would fuck it up royally and probably burn his house down. I would consider taking a couple hours out of my day to watch that. I would do it, for sure. Oh, wow.
Alright. Well, anyway, alright. I'll take it into consideration. Right now, this month is the holiday gaming marathon as a patron goal. Next month, I'm going to be doing the multiplayer event. Because at the end of every year, when all the games are released, people typically want to play multiplayer with me. So that's what I'm going to do for next month is, you know, those who pledge $5 or more will be able to play multiplayer games with me.
That's lame.
January.
That's lame.
You know, games like this, Call of Duty, stuff like that. So then maybe in January we'll do this as the goal or something. I don't know.
Look, he's not even enthusiastic about it. How do you expect people to give you $5 to participate in 2 events that are coming up, and you yourself do not seem excited about it whatsoever? You're just looking at it as a chore, and then you wonder why the Patreon goals are barely getting hit. You know what I mean? You have to be, even if you have to fake it. And let's be honest, I'm sure Panda had to fake it a couple of times, maybe more than a couple, but you have to seem enthusiastic about it. You have to seem happy about this event. You know what I mean? You're going to be on stream, you're going to have people who give you money all year round, and you, the high and mighty king of snorts, is going to give back to the peasants. King John is going to give back to the very people he's taxed all year long. You can at least act like you give a shit. Come on, man. Seriously.
All right. Well, there you go. Let me put it this way. It's definitely something considering. It's something to look into, and I'll keep it in mind. All right. Shout out to Slash, who just did a 15-bit cheers at Hi Phil. Hello, Slash. Welcome to the stream. And shout out to Darth Radovan Viking, who did a 190-bit cheer and said, but that would be awesome, Phil. All right. Like I said, I'll take it into consideration.
Like I say, he makes it sound like it's such a burden. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in closing, let me actually get to my particular point of this. So, like I said, Doom had said something recently, because my last my last two videos, there was a cut in between, so you didn't actually get to hear. It wasn't one video like it was supposed to. My apologies on that. But at the end of the first video, leading into the second, or bleeding into the second, Phil is talking about a Christmas event that he's really happy about. You know, being that it's Christmas, yada yada yada. But what Doom had basically emphasized was his Amazon wish list, and how he would, and how he's expecting people to be, being that it is around the holidays, to be gracious and to, you know, purchase these things off his list for him. Especially since these are things that I would assume he's gradually adding on to over the next, you know, month or two. With that being said, and I'm not saying that I know for sure, but that whole Patreon Cooking with the King nonsense would be a pretty good bit of leverage for him to get what he wants on Christmas Day. If he can essentially keep baiting people along with, hey, I might do this, would you guys keep, you know, just keep contributing to the streams, keep contributing to Patreon, and, you know, hey, I do have this Amazon wish list for, you know, some of you guys who, you know, wouldn't mind, you know, sending me this, that, and the third, you know, for the holidays, because I am by myself, and, you know, this holiday season is going to be pretty lonely. It'll be my first holiday by myself in 3-4 years, whatever the case may be, you know. So, you know, I'm not saying that you have to do it, but anything is appreciated and whatnot. This right here is a nice bit of leverage to hold over people's heads, because I guarantee you, in the 24 hours between him shooting the idea down the first time and now, he's starting to realize, and people are really starting to say that, you know, hey man, that'd probably be a pretty good goal. And given the situation on his forums talking about why his Patreon's been down, he's looking at this like, you know what, this might be a nice bit of, yeah, this might work. This might be just enough to keep them hooked and to get in, you know, I can get what I want from so the Patreon goal should get hit. I may even get some stuff off that wish list that I really need, you know, those $300 headphones or whatever it was he was complaining about. And then I can come up with whatever reason that I want to not actually have to do the cooking Patreon goal. Or I'll just choose something super, super duper easy, and everybody will just be okay with that. And then if that does go well, watch him incorporate it a couple times a year then. And he'll use it as bait to make sure everything else goes smoothly. That's just my thoughts on it. As for the DSP remixes, it goes back to what I said in the beginning. And it ties right back into the Patreon cooking situation. You said, hey, let that go. That was 6 or 7 years ago. Well, what are we doing with this whole remix thing? Isn't that 6 or 7 years ago? Aren't you holding on to something that should have been long gone? I mean, you adding more entertainment to your streams, that should have been a given. But yet again, you're kind of contradicting yourself, because you want your fans to let go of this thing over here, yet you yourself are reintroducing something that's just as old. Where do we go from here on that? Anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I've rambled on long enough. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News, always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. It's a good thing I don't have to fake enjoying my job. Anyway, and ladies and gentlemen, as always, take care of yourselves. And remember, the world is a very scary place out there with people like Phil in it. I think people should be scared that he might burn that house down. I'm just saying, really should.